Jamie Jones, and I serve two roles. I am the president of what will soon be launched, the National Institute for Academic Achievement and the International Center for Gender, Academic, Media, and Economic Equity.
Good for you.
Our mission is very simple, that we work thinking that people are our most valuable asset. So our mission statement is that we work to prioritize, protect, empower, and strengthen our most valuable assets.
Right.
And so for the people of this community, because I also do public policy, I'm the state director for colleges and universities for the American Association of University Women. So that's every school in the state. We work to bring about engaged students and their families.
Right.
So as you work toward what will be the new Detroit, our goal is to try to bring students and their families and communities into the conversation and the process of creating that change or being a valued part of the solution.
Right.
So that they know the value that we place on each other and their role as being participants in this community in order for us to thrive.
Okay.
So my question to you is, how are we in your office going to change the tone of, help us change the tone of our conversations so that we deal with the realities, but we also work together, even outside of our own zip codes, because we have students who live here, they go to school everywhere, but they're paying attention to what's going on. So how do we do that and still keep them in their seats, focused, even though the city is spiraling in a lot of different directions?
Right. Well, I am not an educational professional, although I come from a generation of teachers. Both my father and my mother, before he became a minister, was a teacher. My mother was an administrator, both deputy and then the superintendent of Broward County Schools. So the issue of education, pedagogy, outreach, gender equity, having had a mother and wife, both of them are peer professionals. My wife's not only the love of my life, but she's my partner, are very central. So you hit, I have a daughter, and I want her to have the same opportunities that my son has. You've hit sort of a soft spot for me in this. And the how do you embrace this as part of this ongoing effort? So part of it is doing meetings like this, outreach to say that this is a high priority, we need to do it, we need to be sensitive to it, but also the city has various structures, whether it's community outreach, public health, human rights, and so on and so forth, programs that are involved, which I would encourage anybody to assist with and facilitate as well. But I'll make you a further pledge. If you think it would be helpful for me personally to come out and reach out to any of your groups and speak to them about how they can get involved, mentorship, outreach, and reaction, specifically to young people, is a very strong interest of mine. It's actually something I enjoy very much. I'd be more than happy to do that.
Thank you, because we do serve as a think tank, but I'll share with you, we will have our National Council on Women and Girls, but we'll also have a National Council on Men and Boys.
Oh, good,
and so
good.
That focus allows us to work individually and collectively.
I'm really glad to hear you have a council on men and boys because, as you know, particularly young boys of color, they're sometimes very competent. They have different issues and different compromise. The matriculation rates in the college, for instance, are disastrous. I mean, two fears I have is, will I live long enough to walk my daughter down the aisle, and secondly, who's she going to marry?
Right. So I
those are very
that,
big issues.
because our goal is to help students understand how policy plays a part in every facet of their life. So
absolutely.
Thank you.